welcome back. We're going to be looking at tcpdump and actually looking how to get more and more information out of tcpdump today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up terminal, so Control-Alt-T. Should be kind of standard practice by now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sudo su to get into root level access, because that's what you're going to have in the classroom. Secondly, what we're going to do is we're going to find the internet connection we want to do this on. So if we can go tcpdump /d, that'll tell us what we're doing. eth0 is kind of up and running. Now you see a lot of up and runnings, local loopback and all this kind of stuff. The other thing you can do is if config, that'll give you kind of what you're running on, so you can see the eth0 is up and running and that local loopback is local loopback, so don't worry about that. And so eth0 is really what we're looking at. So down here I'm going to clear this out and know that my internet connection is eth0. Now I'm going to run the packet capture. So because the cyber.org is online and in this place out in Texas or wherever it's being hosted, you're going to see a lot more traffic on the AWS thing that we're being hosted on than you are going to see on the rest. So you see a lot of traffic here because this is a virtual network and virtual computers. You don't see this much traffic on a normal computer. So if you do this on your own computer, if you do have your own virtual box or VMware, you're not going to see this. But what we're going to do is we're going to stop this right now. So we're going to Control-C that. It says 4,600 packets captured. You just don't see that on a regular computer. This is only because we're sitting in this virtual environment. All right, so that being said, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to dig a little bit further into this. Now, these are realistically pretty full as they are, but we want to make them as full as they can. So I'm going to TCP dump just 10 of these with verbose and see how that works. So clear this out. And we're going to sudo tcpdump back to the interface and eth0, and we're just going to do 10 of these. So I'm going to say count 10, and we're going to tag verbose. Okay. So these will actually number them, like you can see. Actually, I don't know if this numbers it. Yeah, that does number it. So, fun. Alright, well, I'll show you how the numbering works later, I guess. So, these are, press the up arrow key and hit enter again, and we'll see a little better. Alright, so this only captured 10, and if you care to see what these things mean, look at the SharePoint because it's all over that. But basically, what we have is, we have a timestamp and all sorts of identifying information. So if you really care, for the most part, for what we're doing, we don't really care about most of this. The length can be important for SSH and for pushing and pulling files. If they're just listening on your folder. But the other thing you can do is you can really look at specifics. So if you want to see, like, okay, so a lot of these are length 8949, and what we could do is look for things that are specifically length 8949 within this. So if we take a look at that piece right there, so we're going to copy this selection. We're going to clear this out. Press the up arrow key, which gives us the next piece. And now we're going to pipe this. So if you go above your enter key, you hit shift, hit that, and you have an up and down looking thing. And you type grep, which was from that Hashhound series. Put quote. You don't really need the quotes here. I just like them for my own personal old manisms. then what we should see is, let's take a look at 100 of these. So we're going to come back to the count, we're going to increase it to 100, and we're going to see how many of these we actually get, which looks like none. So what if we take that len out? And it looks like 89.49 is not something we're doing. All right. I'm going to look back, take a look at my numbers. Like I said, honestly, when it comes down to it, none of this stuff ultimately works out the first time you try it. So I'm going to pause the video, see what I did wrong, and here we go. All right, so if I'm looking for things specifically a certain length, like I know the length of an SSH logon, or I know the length of a standard protocol, I could find things specifically from a length. Or if I wanted to see things what is like this 1015, 128, 194, I could probably do something very similar where I grep that. I just grep the what did we say? We got 10, 15, 128, which is probably going to be most of them. 194. I'll see this IP address and see if that shows up. Oh, of course it does. This is the stuff I'm talking about. This is the grepping of a specific IP address with full information. All right, we're going to take this one step further. We're going to get the unhuman readable version of this. Now, right now, yeah, this tells me something. But you know what? I'm not the most intelligent thing sitting like on the two sides of us. I have me and I have the computer I'm talking to, and there's certain things that it understands that I don't. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all that. I'm going to clear this out, and I'm going to say, let's see, I'm literally reading this off the screen because you're going to be doing the same. So I'm going to attack S, 0. This is going to be no buffers, right? No, this is the capital O. The capital U is unbuffered. TAC N, TAC W, TAC nothing, TAC I, and the interface is ETH0, and we're gonna fire away TCP. No, TCP dump, dude. Come on, I ain't even hit enter yet. Look at me spell checking as I go. That's why they pay ChatGPT so much. Yeah. Yeah, because it's not a 0, it's a 0. Nerd. Oh, here we go. All right, so this is what I'm talking about with the non-human readable. That's fine. I'm not going to parse through this. Oh my god. What did she say about me? All right. I'm not going to go through all this. All I'm saying is you're going to need to know how to do this. Because ultimately this is the whole bit of what we can do. For everything, I'm going to control C. I'm going to make you stop. We've got, wow, 2,662 packets received in what looks like total craziness to me, but it's not craziness to everybody. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to pump that to a text file. Because that is going to be important. So in order to pump this to a text file, I need to get on the desktop. Otherwise, I'm going to dump it someplace I don't know. So ls that. Actually, clear this. All right, so ls this. I'm going to go to collect. All right, so, and anybody who's been doing any of the things in the class with the terminus is going to understand why this is important. So now I'm on the desktop, and now I'm going to... I'll do this very simple just to show you what this is. But if I go to sudo tcpdump, and I'm going to do just, I'm just going to do 10 of these, right? So count 10. I'm going to do them quietly so I can only see a little bit. So we know what that's going to do, right? We know that that's going to give me this. But that doesn't do me much good in terminal. Because I can't search with it. So I'm going to go back up to this, and I'm going to do greater than, which is just pumping it to a text file, and I'm going to say tcpdump underscore top 10 .txt. All right, cool. Okay, so that's what it did. Oh, fun. You're going to run into this. I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. So this guy is going to be like, I don't like you. Don't open this. I'm in root. So this gives me the folder that it runs in. This allows me to open it. And if I really want to be really freewheeling with this, and I don't want to have sudo, if I want to be able to make changes to this entire text file, what I need to do is I need to go to change mod. I'm going to say 777, which means everybody can read it, everybody can write to it, and everybody can execute it. And then I'm going to start typing in TC, and I'm going to hit tab, hit enter, and all of a sudden that little lock goes away. So anybody can use this. So anybody, yes, you, but anybody also means every program you run can use it. So if you create it in root, programs that are not running in root won't be able to read it. So, all right, we got the whole shebang. I'm going to quiet now because nobody else tells me to, and nobody's here to tell me to quiet down. So, good luck.